Hi guys, welcome to the OnWheelsTV review about the rFactor V8 Supercars mod, which has recently received the most recent version. So this is named FVR V8 SC 2014/2015 mod for rFactor 2. My name is Jorge Cabrita, and as OnWheelsTV commentator, I'm going to take forward this review about this mod. So OnWheelsTV has already released 2 videos of previous versions of the mod, both of them referring to the 2014 season of the V8 Supercars. And they did advise people, they did mention that they would be updating to the 2015 version, which would include, along with some improvements in the mod, it would include the 2015 Olden car and also the 2015 Ford car, and they are already available in this version. So I'm going to refer the version for all cars as the V55 version, and those of you who had a chance to test the previous version, I'm pretty sure that were able to realize that the cars had an unusual tire usage, and also that the graphics, the layout of the cars, the 3D was not was far from being perfect, to be honest. So I'm going to start focusing on that in this review to tell you that in this version, which I believe is the final version, the graphics of the cars, the visual look of the cars has indeed improved a lot. As I'm sure you are able to view from the footage, the cars do look a lot better. Maybe they could still be improved. I'm pretty sure that there's always room for improvement, but compared with the previous releases, these cars look a lot better. So this is the first compliment I have to give to the guys from rFactor, because they were concerned with the reviews they got and with the opinion from the community, and they did make their best effort to improve, and they did. Secondly, I drove these cars for several days, quite an extensive test with all cars, and also in terms of their performance, they have really improved tremendously. So I drove around maybe 30 to 40 laps, straight laps, with each car in several circuits. You will be viewing in this review footage from Adelaide, which is where we are right now, in simulation of a race. Adelaide, the most recent version of this track by Digga. We were also at ISI's third-party release, Bathurst, Mount Panorama. We were also in the race rFactor most recent version of Melbourne, and we were also in a track that we already used in a previous release, which is we don't know who did in fact create this track. We believe it is a conversion, and it's Simmons Plains. So in this release, in this video, you will be viewing the rest of the footage from this simulated race for a while, and then we will be focusing on videos of each of the brand cars, and we will show footage from every one of them, one from each brand. So in the several laps we did with each car, we noticed that the tire wear is more coherent with the one that these cars do perform in real life. So we did really enjoy how the guys from rFactor did improve the performance of the tires, and this makes the mod much more interesting to be used for fun or for championships, because the cars really do perform well. They have an excellent balance of performance. It's quite an impressive work the guys from rFactor did in this matter, because the cars, it doesn't matter which car you are going to choose um, to race or to practice with, but don't be worried, because they all perform the same way. They use different sounds for each engine. Let me just interrupt for a little while, just to say that the car you are watching in the footage is the 2015 Ford Falcon FGX. So it's one of the new cars introduced along with the Olden in this version. rFactor is to be congratulated, because they did make an effort to make each sound of each car different, and they do look a lot different from each other, and this provides the perfect environment for a simulation of the V8 Supercars, a type of racing that I'm absolutely a fan of, and there are maybe hundreds of thousands of guys and girls that are familiar and enjoy really this kind of racing. So the cars really improved in every way, as the graphics have improved in every way, and this is more now more appropriate with what simulation of a V8 Supercar series should be. The cars are not tremendously difficult to drive in comparison with the V8 Supercar version existing at iRacing.com or at Automobilista. The cars here are a little bit easier to drive, but they do need users to be at their best to take the best performance, because the cars are tricky, as a V8 Supercar is in real life. So well done, I must say, to the guys from rFactor. We are watching footage at Bathurst with Olden, with the Olden Commodore, which is the Olden Commodore VF from 2015, and let me just tell you that there are some guys that should be mentioned in this review. So Ferret 40 was in charge of skins and templates for all cars. D-Benz 1 was in charge of all the physics, as well as Ferrari, also in charge of physics and tires. Ferrari is a guy that some of you may already know from other releases. Bebop01 was in charge of the sounds. Great work by Bebop. Models and scripting were created by Flash QLD, and FBR also thanks a lot of members that helped in the development of this release. We are already watching footage of the Volvo S60, and as you can notice from listening to the video, the sound is really different. I do have to call your attention to the fact that in the onboard labs you will hear some noise, like hammer working in some reactions of the car. It happens with all the cars, but we do believe that this is a bug, because it only happens in the replay. When you are on track driving the car, or when you are watching live the car on track, you won't get this sound. So the Volvo is, as the Olden and as the Mercedes, we are now watching the Mercedes E63 AMG, the one that was used in 2015 by Airbus Motorsport, and all the cars have equal performances. They all you have to drive them all differently, because they all have their own reaction on track, which is something we must really congratulate the guys from FBR for doing this, because it is not easy, and to recreate the behavior of a car so differently from all the cars competing in the series. And this has to be said because most of these modders that develop these virtual versions that all of us can use for free, all these modders have a hard time trying to get data from the real cars, so that they can do a proper simulation. These guys had some help, of course, but that being said, it's always we must compliment them because they really excelled an excellent release, making all the cars perform differently, but very coherent between themselves in terms of the lap times and in terms of the tire wear. They all have more or less the same tire wear, so it's irrelevant which car you choose. You can just go for the one you enjoy the most. If you are a fan of Holden, or if you are a fan of Ford, or any one of these other three cars, you can choose whichever car which car you want, because they all perform the same way. In terms of lap times and in terms of the tire usage and of the wear and of the fuel management and all that. So great to also we should do this, compliment these guys, modders that create virtual versions of cars. They spend a tremendous amount of hours doing this, and then they release this for free for the community. So guys, this is definitely one of my favorite mods currently on rFactor 2. I do spend a lot of time driving these cars. I was always a fan of V8 Supercars, and now I have the chance to drive all the brands involved in the series, in the real life series, and that is really awesome. And I love all these cars. We are now again at Bathurst watching the Nissan. So as you were probably able to listen, different sounds. The car, this car has the best sound in my opinion, and yeah. So once again, and I will not get tired of mentioning this. Thank you to rFactor. They have released a really good mod, interesting mod for rFactor 2, giving the community a chance to properly enjoy all the V8 Supercars brands involved in the real life series, and they did this for free for all of us to use. So thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.